What's up? What's good? Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Hi guys. That's Aaliyah do that. That's why I do that.
So we back in effect. What's good with y'all? Shout out to Pernell, Jazzy Guns, Terrence, Christopher, Thames and Henny. What's up? Shout out to y'all.
Sam.
Man. Shout out to everybody in the chat for coming to support, man.
Hey, Eddie. I hope you're feeling good.
Apple B, what
How
up?
you feeling?
Shout out to Sam.
Kevin, Appleby.
Kev, what up, Kev?
Christopher, how was your thing the other day, Christopher? Your battle.
Yeah, did you win that battle? No, like did you win or did you get smoked?
I gotta show you, Christopher.
You know what I'm saying?
We should watch him one day in the stream. All right, let me go back up. We missed you guys on Monday.
Yeah.
On Friday, we forgot to announce that we weren't going to be here, but a lot of people knew. Jazzy Gun says abortion to me is bad, honestly. I'm glad that you put that out there, Jazzy. We're here to hear everybody's thoughts on it.
Aaliyah told us about your accident, man. That was crazy, man. It's a blessing that you and your who was it? His sister?
Who's that?
Terrence.
I'm up. Yes, his sister. Yeah. His sister was.
Did y'all make it out of there alive, man? That's a blessing, man. Yeah, man. We told the chat to send some prayers up for y'all, man. What was it? Last Friday?
Yeah.
We found out about
right after it happened. Yeah, Tim's and Henny, what's poppin', y'all? I won't be here. I'm actually getting ready for work now. Hoping can catch y'all Monday. I work overnight to 11 to 7. Wow. Be safe out there, Tims. Enjoy your night.
Put us in the earphones, Tims. You dig? Put us in the earphones, kid.
He stopped his baby's mother from having an abortion. Wow.
They said, bro, the Alabama abortion is banned. Is crazy. Yeah. No one should have the power to decide. We're going to get into that. Because our views is not.
She tried to abort my baby, but I wasn't having it.
It's kind of outside the box. It's not as everybody else's.
Oh, Christopher's battle got pushed back and then called off. That's whack, Christopher.
Wow.
So what's next for you? Hey, Marshall.
Shout out to Marshall.
Okay, so Terrence said, bro, that Alabama abortion ban is crazy. Appleby said no man should have the power to decide what a woman does with her body, point blank, period. No man.
Or no woman. It should be both. No man and no woman. But this is to me, this is about responsibility and this society. I think that with sex, when you have sex, it comes with consequences, whether if it's good or bad. So, and I think that when they pass these laws about abortions on the masses of the people, sometimes it's for their own gain, for their own political agendas that they have. But on the flip side is we as people, as individuals, we have to learn how to have self-control, self-discipline. And we bring a lot of these problems upon ourselves because we don't have self-control. And I think that that's what should be the focus. If more people had self-control and didn't, follow their lusts and their desires all the time, a lot of these things wouldn't be happening. And that's not talked about. People don't want to focus on, I need to chill. I need to, before I lay down with a man or a woman, I need to really think about my consequences because something that I'm doing may cause me to have pain, problems in my life, but that's not talked about. The number one thing people want to say is, "It's my body. I can do what I want to do with it." But why are we not saying to ourselves, "I need to have self control"? You know, I don't need to be having my body or giving my body to somebody that really doesn't deserve it. Because if you have sex with somebody that you don't really know and don't really care about, and that happens, you wind up getting pregnant, then what? You know? The first thing you want to do is go get rid of the consequences that you just, it does hit you with. I'm pregnant now. But if you'd have had discipline before you committed the sexual act, then you wouldn't be dealing with the situation that you're dealing with now. But people don't want to deal with that. So that's my kind of take on it. Sex is something that should be something that shouldn't be. And I'm not saying that I never had sex, but I don't have, I don't. I mean, thanks to the Most High, I don't have children under wedlock, and I don't have baby mothers and all that. I don't have to deal with that. But I'm just saying the people that do, we need to learn discipline. We need to learn how to save ourselves for to be in a committed relationship before we start, dipping and dabbing into sexual acts with people that we don't really know and don't really care for.
That's really, so a lot of male and female look at the other person and say, well, they're cool enough to have sex with. Like, I can exchange bodily fluid with them. But they're not good enough to be your baby mother or your baby father. If that's the case, they shouldn't be good enough to have intercourse with you. That's really what it comes down to. And second, if you really look at it, if we were, every action that we take has a reaction. So I don't have to get completely deep on this right now, but biblically, when you look at stuff that's in the Bible, the only thing that's being told to you is don't have sex with everybody that you see. Why? There's consequences to that. The consequences are you end up having a baby with somebody that you don't like. You end up having a baby with somebody that you don't know. Diseases. You could die. Every action that we take has a reaction. Whether it be stealing, lying, cheating. That's all the Bible tells you, is not to do that stuff. So you cannot justify unrighteous acts. You can't justify it. It's everybody want to run when the consequences come. But if you didn't do the stuff from the jump, then you wouldn't have to deal with them consequences. That's my take on it.
So yeah, that's the thing. And hold up, before you read the comments, and when you follow your lust and your desires, it's just like you could be like not even in a relationship with somebody, but you could be just cool with a person, and y'all get intimate, sexually, and y'all can have sex casually all the time, right? But then there's one night y'all just drunk a little bit too much and smoke a little bit too much, and y'all into the music, and y'all just feeling each other, and then all of a sudden y'all having sex without protection. And you so wrapped and involved into your lust and your desires, now homeboy just had an orgasm. and he didn't wear nothing. Now you pregnant. See, and it can happen just like that. But you was not planning on getting pregnant. You was protecting yourself all that time before that night, and now you're pregnant, and you thinking that okay, he's gonna be, he's cool. I know him, but he's like, yo, I don't want to have no child right now. Now what you gonna do?
He only told you he loved you yesterday because he wanted you to drop them drawers. That's it.
So,
but then when the baby comes and you think, oh, he's gonna help me because he loves me, he's gonna let you know point blank, period, I don't love you. I don't want this baby. He was only telling you that he loved you because he wanted something from you.
So now you over here arguing with him and fussing with him, going back and forth and yada yada yada. But now you like saying, well, I gotta get rid of this baby now. So now you want to go run to the clinic and get rid of it. But if you'd have thought about all that stuff before you lay down with this dude, then you wouldn't be having this problem. A lot of things that we do can be prevented if we just think and have discipline and have some type of goal, like a goal for ourselves in the future, to where we don't. It's just like sex should be something that should be sacred and cherished for somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with.
And planned, not just done because you feeling a little tingly. It should be planned. And I'm gonna have sex with this person at this particular situation because it's time for that. And a lot of men, oh, my baby mother crazy. A lot of females, my baby father crazy. They was crazy the day that they dropped their drawers.
Exactly, but you
didn't see that because your lust and your desires was taking over your body. You were blind.
Exactly, and when you have children, you have to be spiritually, mentally, and financially, kind of right. You know what I'm saying?
At least know the person. They don't even know these damn people's last name.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't know nothing about them.
And it's that's true. They don't. And that's the things that you have. You have to be spiritually connected with the Creator, mentally prepared for having children. Raising them right, and raising them with somebody that's on your same path. Not a knucklehead, male or female. But we choose sometimes. We pick the wrong people because we are lusting, not really in love with this individual. We just lusting after these people. And then when you find out how, if y'all don't believe what I'm saying, go to the courthouse, to family court. There's a bunch of drama up in that joint. You know what I'm saying? I got family members. I got a brother. I'm just going to put him out there. I got a brother. He got 3 baby moms. 3 of them. And the dude...
He has 2 kids that are a couple months apart. They're 3 months apart, his kids.
And the court been, you know what I'm saying, been giving him hell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because he following his carnal nature.
Right.
He lusting. You dig what I'm saying? So now with this whole abortion situation.
Well, first, can I just read the comments? But if you really evaluate the feeling, lust is a huge, overpowering urge that comes out of nowhere. It's so strong. It's just gonna freaking burst.
Yo, but hold on. How many of y'all, male or female, that's in this chat?
Hold on, say that as soon as I get done.
Go ahead,
okay.
Go ahead,
and then when you think about love is not a strong urge that feels like it's gonna burst. Love grows and gets stronger organically over time.
Right.
So you always have to evaluate: are you experiencing lust? A desire that has to be fulfilled right then in this moment? Or are you experiencing love? Because a lot of people will say, well, I love him. I just met him yesterday, but I love him. No, you're lusting after him.
Right.
So go ahead and say what you're about to say, and I'm about to read the comments.
So how many of y'all in the chat, male or female, had sex with somebody, and then after you had your climax, you was like, yo, like, damn, this wasn't even worth it. Like, damn, this was like I was fiending for this, and it wasn't even what I thought it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? We all had that feeling, and ain't nobody here can tell me otherwise. So that happens a lot. You know what I'm saying? All the time. So that happens
your
with
pants. You don't even get up and pull your pants up yet, and you order it automatically saying, "Why did I just do that?
Like, yeah.
I could have lived without that."
Exactly. So,
but what do? As people, we get up, we go out, and we do it all over again.
Exactly. Like
we don't never learn from our mistakes and learn to fight urges and have chill.
Exactly. So now with this abortion situation, you're right. Women have a right to do whatever they want to do with their bodies. They have that right. But just because you have that right don't mean that it's right. You feel me? Because the abortion clinics or the clinics as a whole would not be used if niggas had self-control.
If people were going and they were being married, they were being in committed relationships.
They wouldn't be. You wouldn't be in no clinics.
It's all good.
You wouldn't need no condoms. You wouldn't need no prophylactic. You wouldn't need none of that because you in a committed relationship.
You don't ever see people walk in and say, "Oh, my husband don't want to have this baby." A lot of times it's two people that didn't belong together from the jump.
Exactly. So that's not talked about. Everybody want to talk about is this is my body. I can do what I want to. Yeah, but you're not. But you making the wrong choices with your body. You ain't saying that either.
You're using birth control or abortion as a birth control.
Yeah.
So you could go out and have sex with Frank last night, but you get pregnant with Frank's baby today. He only good because his penis was hard when you needed it. That's the only thing that's good about Frank. Oh, but he not good enough to give him a baby.
Mama. Oh man. So is everything starts up in the dome piece, your brain. Everything starts there. We gotta stop thinking with our little brains and start thinking with our brains that's in our top of our head. That's where we gotta start at.
Right, but if your mind is always clear and in the right place, when you wake up one day, you could see a naked woman and she's not going to be attracted to you because that's not your mindset. You know that you're on a different path. You have tunnel vision and you're going to keep it moving. Yes. Not to say that it's easy, but when you just blow with the wind and whatever comes your way, you're rocking with and all that other stuff, you get caught up. But when my husband walks out the door, he sees the same naked women as the rest of the world sees. And I can confidently say he's not desiring them. He actually thinks that's filthy.
But it's up to me. But it's up to me to have. I'm in a committed marriage and I'm in love with my wife, so I'm not, and I'm in love with the Creator, and I'm not going to violate the Creator and my union with my wife just because a woman may be trying to push up on me. Nah,
right. So people have to be strong. You can't be blown side to side just because the wind blows. You make your mind up. You're not gonna smoke crack. That's just not part of you.
Right.
It's the same thing. Being committed to yourself, even if you're not in a relationship with somebody else. Just saying, I'm committed to myself.
And there's nothing wrong with. It's like this. When I was young, when I was a teenager, I could have been a dog. You know what I'm saying? At certain points in my life, I could have been a hound dog. You dig? And just hit everything moving. But you gotta have. But sometimes you have to have chill. You have to, because if you don't have chill, you will self-destruct one way or another.
Right, and it's so much more than just having sex.
So a lot of these people that's on Twitter and talking about Alabama, that's not right. But a lot of those women are not saying we need to have self-control. We need to stop having sex so much to where we get pregnant. And if I do get pregnant, it will be with somebody that I'm in love with, and we can have this child and raise this child. No, they want to be able to do whatever the freak they want to do And then when they do get pregnant, they want to be able to get rid of it and then wind up doing the same thing all over again. Now, tell me this. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, what result that you think it, what's going to change? Nothing's going to change. The same thing is going to keep happening.
Well, I'm
but hold up. And a lot of times, I knew females in my old neighborhood in Brooklyn that had a lot of abortions and then wound up couldn't have no more children. See, all these things, they don't want to talk about these things. See, we're going to keep it 100 over here. We're not going to keep it, so we're not going to keep it, fake and funky. Every time you have an abortion, it's a risk that you may not be able to have another child.
Right.
So, the root of the problem is self-control, discipline, practice abstinence to where you are committed to somebody and then you lay down with them.
Whisper, I'm definitely digging you, and I seen your comments. I'm gonna read everybody's comments in a minute, but I'm about to take it a step further just to branch off of what you said, and I'm gonna get personal because I ain't got nothing to hide.
No. But you don't need to get too.
No,
I'm just saying.
But okay, I'm gonna put it like this: the facts is the facts. I had a baby when I was 14 years old.
Right.
Okay, I kept that baby. My whole entire life changed. When I was 14 years old, I gave birth. My life has never been the same yet. Unfortunately, it took me actually getting pregnant to, be calm. And I guess I was forced to grow up. It's not even about being calm because I wasn't wild. But I was forced to grow up. And that was my consequence. Right. I never had another baby until I was married. Right. So if I was a 14-year-old girl that ran and got an abortion, I wouldn't have learned the same lesson that I learned. True. So a lot of girls, they get 14, they go and have abortion. Mm-hmm. They don't have no type of consequences. They got pregnant, the next day they got an abortion, the problem's done and over with. Right. So then there's no fight in them to make sure that they don't have that happen again. Because it was easily happened. That's true. It easily got resolved. That's true. No one knows, and now they just keep it moving.
That's true. Yeah,
so true. I lived with my consequence.
Yeah, that's true. Right. So but we're not here to promote abortions. I'm not into that. I think a lot of things can be prevented before it even gets to that. By just chilling, just not being out here just wilding out. You know what I'm saying? And that's that is that should be everybody's foundation, but we as people don't want to do that. We don't want to learn other skills and other ways on how to handle things. We want to handle things
the easy way.
But I'm not even gonna say the easy way. But I'm saying, but we want to do what we want to do. But then when the repercussions come, we don't want to have to deal with it.
Right.
We want to just be like, I want to get rid of this fast as I can, right? Because I don't want to have to deal with this.
Even if it's just a simple urge, you want you looking to try to get a nut so that way you can relieve that urge. Exactly. That's all it is. You don't want to fight that fight,
right?
To do the right thing,
right?
Somebody is a kleptomaniac. They don't want to fight that fight. They trying to steal that next thing.
Exactly.
Somebody's a drug user. They don't want to fight that fight and get rid of that urge and battle through it.
Look at the same.
They're looking for the easy way out.
Look at the same energy that people put into just going to meet up with somebody and
to do something wicked. A lot of energy goes into that.
A lot of people like a lot of thought, a lot of energy, but they don't put the same energy in and be like, yo, maybe I just need to chill. Maybe I just need to relax and just focus on bettering myself. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do that. Instead, I should read the chat. Go ahead.
Right. Keep going. Have a kid when you're 14 years old. That should be enough birth control, enough abortions for you, and everything else to keep it moving. All right, I'm going up to the top, y'all. I'm ready. So let me come back. All right. Christopher said, well, his battle, I'm hoping to get a booking in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at my home league in the UBL. Oh, that would be nice for you, Christopher. That's a good thing. Eddie said, it's your body when you lay down too and didn't protect yourself, which is true. Michael Young said, hey, Pops. Hey, Michael. Glad you came. Appreciate you. Darkwing, nice to see you in here. Darkwing said, "Why doesn't the man have any say? They are half of it." Tims and Henny said, "Yeah, I wasn't having that. Nobody's aborting my child." No, it's a lot that goes into it.
To answer what Darkwing said, the reason why men don't have no say so is because how society is set up today. You know, it's cool for women to, and I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way, but it's cool for a woman to get sperm from a man. But when it comes to him having say so, he doesn't. But his sperm is his. It came from out of him, and that child is him too. When you understand the whole development of a child, it comes from a seed of a man, and the whole dynamic of a man, from his brain to how he looks, his whole genealogy, all that, it comes from a man. So he should have say so. But we live in a society where today men don't have no say so at all. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not the one carrying the child, she is. But without him, she wouldn't be able to carry the seed in her womb.
Right.
And they should have had made a law to where men have that right as well. You feel what I'm saying? Because if I'm a man and I'm man up to my responsibilities as taking care of my child, support my child, spending time with my child financially and all that, then I should have.
Right, but honestly, have sex with your wife, get her knocked up, and then there's no.
No, but what if
all of these consequences come from having sex out of marriage and stuff like that?
But I'm saying, but what if the man didn't want to have? What if, like, I'm gonna change this a little bit. What if they married, but what if he say, right now at this particular point, I don't want to have this child because because of X, Y,
but
Z.
9 times out of 10 in a marriage that don't happen.
It don't happen. It don't happen.
A lot of this carnal stuff comes from people, carnal behavior.
Exactly, and
that's what I'm saying about the consequences and stuff like that of our actions.
And majority of those women that's out there fighting for those abortions. Ask them, a lot of them, are you with the men that you are pregnant by? And majority of them probably tell you no.
Right.
So, you know, it's that's why they want to get rid of them.
Right.
Majority of the time.
Right.
Because it was a mistake. It wasn't something that they planned on. But every time you lay down and have sex, it's a possibility that you can get pregnant.
I'll put it this way.
It's a possibility that you can get a disease.
The people that are fighting for abortion should be fighting for self-control. Put the same energy that you're putting into to kill a baby into controlling yourself. Yeah, so that way these babies don't come here.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that.
That's a different story, though.
They don't want to do that. That's not an option for them. They like this. No, well, why can't this feel good and just, like, nah. Because what comes with it, is what comes with it. It is what it is. Right. And them
That's
condoms
part of the consequences.
And
it's not something that just creeps up on you. And you know when you make that decision that this is a possibility.
Yeah, and them condoms ain't safe either. Sometimes they pop. Then what?
Right. Or half the time, a lot of people, they ain't even trying to put them on. So that's a whole entire another story for a whole entire another time. Darkwing said everything is an instant gratification these days. That's the truth of microwave society. Eddie said people today care about getting off and don't think about what could happen in the long run. Christopher said, I'm going to be honest. I'm still a virgin at 26. Don't laugh at me. Props to you, Christopher. You've done something that I wish that I could do.
We ain't laughing at you for that.
Definitely not. Big ups to you, Christopher. You're so much better than anybody will ever tell you. You're better than anybody that gives into their flesh. That's props because there. Don't be ashamed.
Y'all remember
be proud of that.
You remember the basketball player, AC Green? He was a virgin. He was in the NBA.
Exactly.
And females are throwing themselves at him all the time, but he stayed committed until he got married.
Right.
And that's when he had sex.
Somebody laugh at you, Christopher. You laugh at them because they really don't want to be laughed at. They can't justify what they doing.
Right.
So they're the ones that are funny. Whisper said, I think part of the problem is people label saving yourself as lame now. And people get peer pressured into having sex. So when the consequences do come, they feel like they don't deserve it. But again, it goes back to, especially if you have any type of feeling inside of you that you should save yourself, you should listen to that low voice. That's a beautiful thing. And know that somebody saved themselves.
And to add on, as parents, man, we have to raise our children, you know, in that way, because you save them from a lot of headache, a lot of problems in their life. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with saving yourself to be in a committed relationship. What's wrong with that, man? It's like we live in a sick society to where everybody has to be doing what everybody else doing. Monkey see, monkey do. Get the freak out of here, man. What's more safer? Not out here sleeping with a bunch of people or out here sleeping with a bunch of people. We all know that answer. And that answer is not sleeping with every goddamn body. That's the safest way. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? All this, well, before I get married, I gotta have experience. For what? For what? If I could go back and be a young teenager, I would have waited. I'm telling you straight up.
I would have been proud as hell.
You know what I'm saying? I would have waited. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with waiting to be in a loving marriage relationship. There's nothing wrong with that.
And nobody should ever be ashamed of that. If I was a virgin, I would be all over social media that I don't even have. I would be on there just to proclaim my pureness.
Yeah, man. I mean,
nobody couldn't tell me nothing. Be proud of that. We
live in a society to where everybody basically science said that we having sex with everybody, because if a male or female has sex with 15 girls, 9 out of 10 some other 15 guys have sex with the same girl.
Exactly.
It's like
they laughing at somebody that's a virgin. Are you freaking kidding me?
Like you don't want to know guys know freaking self-control. I applaud somebody that got self-control. Whatever the case may be, if you got self-control, that's what's up. I can't knock somebody from having self-control.
Even if you're not a virgin, even if you just like, I'm not on it like that. I'm sorry that half naked woman is not attractive to me. And somebody want to laugh at you for that. That's cool. That's your ignorance, not mine.
I'm saying, but they've been pushing this agenda on the masses of the people for a long time. Don't save yourself. You need to live with somebody before you get married. You need to have sex with them. Or have different freaking boyfriends and girlfriends before you actually settle down. Come on, man. That is bad advice.
Right, exactly.
That is
Marshall. So go ahead.
That is unhealthy advice. It's not sound advice to tell somebody to sleep around before they actually be committed in their marriage. What? Why would you tell them that?
Exactly.
Because the damn statistic says that people that sleep around gonna wind up catching a disease.
So who's smarter? Somebody who's a virgin? Somebody that might have had sex but realized that they should actually be saving themselves and practice abstinence? Who's smarter? Somebody that's just part of the statistics? No. I ain't gonna sit there and ever make anybody make me feel stupid.
Exactly.
Marshall said I got called gay because I didn't want to look at some girls with bikinis on. So my friends called me gay.
Come on, man. But guess what, Marshall? This is what the Lord said, right? The Lord says, I know y'all heard of old times, thou shalt not commit adultery, right? So basically committing adultery is being in a marriage and then you going out sleeping with somebody. But he said, he took it even further. If you even look upon a woman to lust after, you already committed adultery already in your heart. So a lot of these dudes be out here looking at women, lusting after them. And they be in a committed relationship or marriage, but you looking at somebody else the way you're supposed to be looking at your woman at home. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here, man. Why even get married if you're going to be lusting after somebody else? Your woman is supposed to be who you're supposed to be looking at. In that way. She hitting the gym. She's staying in shape. She's beautiful to you. She's the mother of your children. That's who you should be desiring. That's who you should be.
And when you come home at night, she can actually please you.
Exactly.
So who's smarter?
Come on, man. We ain't
lusting after somebody that won't even give you the damn time of day.
Exactly. Probably don't even want your ass.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But you going so hard trying to, you know me, looking at her, damn man, and by the time you get home, you already freaking seen her in your head with her damn clothes off. Come on, man. Poisoning your mind with that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, you know, we gotta learn how to learn how to have self-control, man. That shit, and teaching our children that, like, we raise our daughter that way, you know. And I'm gonna put this out there. Our oldest daughter chose not to listen to our advice and follow our lifestyle. So right now she has 3 children. Basically out of what you call out of wedlock. She has a relationship now, but it's
playing,
not.
She's playing house.
She's playing house. It's not really. She's not really.
She a housewife with no paperwork.
And I could tell it's stress on her to have 3 children at the age of 22 years old.
And that's our child. The same people that's sitting here speaking this to you got family out there that don't want to listen. But you can't force people to listen. They have to make their bed and they sleep in it. That's their consequences.
Exactly. So
we're only here to give you our experiences, what we have learned from living a life and chilling out.
You know, so you gotta be able to have, you know, discipline in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously.
Marshall said at school nowadays it isn't cool to be a virgin. Well, you know what, Marshall? You gotta make it cool. I'm a virgin and I'm cool.
Exactly, man.
Like, nobody can tell you nothing.
But
what can you tell me?
But at the end of the day, what is it another guy's business what another guy does, you know, sexually? It's none of your goddamn business. Why you worrying about what I'm doing? My life does not concern you. My sexual life does not. Whatever I do personally, that does not concern you. Why are people so worried about what somebody else does sexually? It's none of your goddamn business.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy.
But when 5 years goes by and you look at your life, and then you look at somebody else's life, you're going to be living 2 completely different lives. We have 2 kids. They live completely different lives because the choices that they made.
Exactly.
We create our life. This is a choice.
Not the mistake, the choices.
We have a 22-year-old that chose to be hard-headed her whole entire damn life, wanted to do nothing but fulfill her desires, and look at the life that she lives. Then you have a 17-year-old that will take our advice, control herself, and understands that she's creating her life to be on a completely another level, to where many people haven't even lived the life that Aaliyah's creating for herself. We all wish that we could live Aaliyah's life.
Read what Pineal said. Read that.
Pineal said, how to have self-control 101. No prawn, no looking at random girls' butts, no focus on lust, no bad peer pressure influence, have faith, learn oiter, respect of life, learn from other people's mistakes. Exactly. And that's how Aaliyah lives her life.
I would say choices. I ain't gonna say mistakes. Choices.
Yeah, mistakes and choices. But it's basically choices.
Something that you do on a regular basis. Yeah. No, that's not a mistake. It's a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can have somebody that goes and get an abortion today, and then come out that clinic, and then once she heals up from the procedure, she's right back at it again.
Yeah, making another choice.
That's a choice. That's not a mistake.
It's like you don't just fall on somebody's dick. I'm sorry, sis. Bottom line. That's just that. That's a mistake. A choice is choosing to have sex with somebody.
Oh, man.
Hey.
Exactly.
We put it out there. We said said that this is raw truth, blunt encouragement,
Yeah,
real talk. We here for it. We here for it.
It takes two people to engage into a sexual act. It takes two people. It don't take. It only take one. You know.
Great.
It takes two people. So
no, you good, Pineal.
So that's the
no porn. I see. Yeah, definitely no porn because that joint be putting demons all up in your mind. You be having all sorts of thoughts. Yeah. Porn is so far from unrealistic. It ain't even funny.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
So that's the real catcher. Is self-control, goddamn.
Exactly. And not even getting yourself into a little situation. Like, you know, we speak to Aaliyah about this all the time. Like, you know, something that you think is little and innocent and it's small, if you don't be very careful and have boundaries for yourself, it's a thin line. Because the next thing you know, you take one step further and you in a place where you know that you're not supposed to be. So then you open up a whole situation for yourself. So you have to have boundaries and make sure that you don't even cross them boundaries just a little bit. And believe it or not, when you're trying to do a lot of the right thing, people will throw out little things to test you.
Right, to see where you
to
at.
See how if you're approachable. Right. To see if they could get you to kind of open up a little bit about it and dig that little hole. These demons only need a little bit of space.
Inferno,
they work with a tiny space and then they open it up to make a bigger space. And before you know it, you so far off your path, you don't even know what the hell happened. All because maybe a little question. And you didn't snip that in the butt and, you know, proclaim your boundaries. Exactly. Can have you in a completely different realm of your walk. Right. And totally be off track with your goals. Yeah. You got to stop stuff right away.
Yeah, porn is definitely something that I seen a documentary on how they actually make it, and it's not what people make it seem like. Is they cut so many scenes and stop and do all this and that. I mean, people watch these joints and they act like they have to be going hours and hours. These people ain't going hours and hours. They cutting so many scenes in the damn porn joint. You think they going for hours? You feel what I'm saying? It's a horrible way to look at sex.
This world, like even like these Photoshop pictures that like people be scrolling down their Instagram timeline. You see these people in real life, and they look like freaking garbage. and so you lusting after a Photoshopped picture? How unrealistic is that?
So again, these people are fighting for something that they want to have. They saying, well, this is my body. I should be able to kill this baby that's inside of me. They fighting for that. This is what they want. But they're not fighting for, I need to control myself. They're not fighting for that. They're not, and when you bring that to their attention, 9 times out of 10 they're going to say, well, what they got to do with it? It has a lot to do with it. It has a lot to do with it. Because if you have self-control, you ain't going to have to be going to no goddamn clinic to freaking get no abortion.
Right.
So they want to be able to do what they want to do. And then go somewhere and then kill something that's alive inside their body that they should be actually having. But they don't want it because for whatever reason. So, I mean, a lot of things can be prevented if we just choose the right path. And the sad thing about it, a lot of us know the right path, but we choose not to follow the right path. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about the right path because we want to do what our lust wants us to do. I want to do that. I don't care.
And that lust is only a moment in time.
Exactly. Because in all reality, once you have that orgasm, it's over.
Right, or once you walk away.
It's over.
It's over. Once you be like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that has an addiction to stealing. Once they walk out the store, they're fine. They keep it moving. Right. They got through it. That's a W, and you keep on walking with that. Neil said, hey Inferno, did you say hey to Inferno? I think that you did.
Shout out to Inferno.
I'm late. It's all right. You right on time, Inferno. Nice to see you here. I'm glad that you came.
You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate you.
I always say it's nothing like in-house.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's in a marriage, they understand what that is. You don't got to worry about none of that.
Right.
You don't got to worry about none of that.
Right.
You good. You don't got to worry about none of that.
Right.
Because you are in love. You are in a relationship, so you understand what y'all both know each other. But to be out here having babies with people, shout out to Cher.
Hey, Cher. How are you, Cher?
But to be having babies with these this random people that you don't know, of course you're gonna want to have an abortion. Stop boring niggas randomly.
Right, and then when you really think about it, okay, so what? Today you get the urge to have sex, right? You give into that, right? You have sex today. So you think that tomorrow you're not gonna have that same urge? And tomorrow, that urge is gonna be a little bit stronger because it knows that today it felt good. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow it's gonna come on just a little bit stronger.
That's how
and your mind is gonna be like, dang, that really did feel good yesterday. Let me go get that. And then you're gonna have sex again next day. Maybe somebody different. So, that's the life to live? So, that's what we doing out here, huh?
So it's crazy, man.
We can't be like that. We gotta fight something. Everybody always want to fight for wickedness. Fight for your own salvation.
And this sexual liberation movement too that's going on, that they pushing on the masses of the people. That's another thing. Basically saying do what I will. Just do whatever you want to do. If you want to have sex with anybody and everybody, now women is having sex with women now, just having threesomes, having all these swinger parties. It's crazy out here.
All under it's my body. Yeah, I can do what I want. I'm gonna join this slut walk.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
When has that ever been cool?
Exactly, Inferno. It's all about self-control. These niggas do, but Inferno, they don't want self-control. They don't want self-control. They don't try to manifest self-control. They don't want to learn how to have self-control.
Right.
They want to be able to just get knocked off, and then if something happened, they want to get rid of the problem that fast. But then they wind up doing the same thing all over again.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Right. Like Pineal said, 35 years wasn't easy, but not impossible. And now it barely affects me. Stay strong, kids. You can do it. Save it for the right one, not the one. The right one.
Exactly, man.
Exactly,
man. Because, yo, this old timer told me this. And it stuck with me to this day. He said, listen, man. In all reality, the mind play tricks on you.
Right.
He said you could look at any woman and be attracted to any woman. She could look good to you, right? But she's not. Every woman don't want you. And people get caught up with, oh, she's different. He told me flat out. He says, vagina feels the same way. It don't feel no different from somebody else, from one woman to the next. It's the same feeling. But we let he said basically, like, we let our minds trick us thinking that it's different from one female to the next. It's really not, man. It's really not.
Right.
Because once you get used to the woman and the woman get used to you, then y'all used to each other. Then what? You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to move on to something else? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we let our minds get too, like, our minds play trick on us so much thinking that, oh, well, Shorty got a bigger butt, so, you know, or her face is a little more cuter, so I know she got some good stuff. She may not, man.
Right. Exactly.
She may be garbage. You don't know. You feel what I'm saying? And like you let a good woman go because you over here chasing around these different girls.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And not every woman and not every man is clean. Not every woman and not every man is loyal. Some people are psychos. Some people are over possessive.
Male and female.
So when you're thinking with your flesh all the goddamn time, you gonna get yourself caught up. And you know what I'm saying? So we gotta learn self-control, man.
Right, and when you really think about it, it's like our brain is a muscle. So the more you exercise it to build it up and make it strong, and to be able to control different lust and desires, remove different desires and stuff like that, the easier it's going to be, the stronger you're going to be. You're probably going to go through some weak points, definitely, but it's like, somebody who does something every day for 7 days straight and then gets one little piece of their life where they're strong. Yeah. That builds them up strong. to allows them to get a little bit further. Maybe next time they're going 14 days without participating in certain activities and stuff like that. But we don't never give our bodies the opportunity. It's like we want something. We go get it right now. Hurry up.
Yeah, like you can't like and
give your body, your mind, your brain, everything that credit and fight that fight.
It's an old saying, good things come to those who wait, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the like plus you have to limit your exposure.
Right.
Like stop looking at Instagram models.
Right.
Stop watching sexual porn and sexual videos. If you can't handle it, then you need to get rid of that.
Right, because you could not even be thinking about it. And this is the way that it works. You're not even thinking about it. But your eyes make contact with it, and now all of a sudden, your genitals are getting wet. You can't engage in that type of stuff.
Right. It's just...
You have to remove it, and people might say, "Oh, you're lame. You don't want to look at her. Look at her." Or you don't want to look at him. Look at him. No, I'm not lame. I'm protecting myself.
Exactly, from myself.
Because I'm cool right now. So if I look at that, it's gonna get all sorts of stuff roused up. And why do I want that? I don't want that.
Yo, you protecting yourself from yourself, nigga.
Exactly. That's the truth.
If that makes any goddamn sense.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
And the average mojo don't want to protect himself from himself. We are our own worst enemy, nigga.
Christopher said, y'all right on point. I feel great about saving myself for a good woman. And you definitely should, Christopher, because what if a good woman comes to you, and this is something that I'm going to speak about one day. If a good woman comes to you and if she's a virgin, she fought her whole entire 30 years that she walked this planet.
Or whatever her age is.
She fought, well, he's older, so that's why I said that. She chose, she battled, she... had such strong urges, but never caved into them. And she literally saved herself for one person. But you weren't strong enough to do that. What do you have to give to her?
Exactly.
A used up penis that can't even get hard no more because it done had sex too much? That's what you get to give your virgin girlfriend that fought for you and didn't even know who you were?
Exactly.
You got to be able to offer her that same thing.
So it's
She's gonna give you her whole self, and you're coming washed up with a little piece of rags that are left. Here you go, honey. I'm ready to marry you.
What I admire, a male and a female that save themselves, and then they meet each other, and then they both never had a sexual experience, and then they basically, are intimate for the first time, and then it's like that's the most beautiful thing I ever seen in my life. Like that's like I admire that so much because they beat all the odds, all the peer pressure, all the temptation,
everything that was ever against them, and
it's
didn't
like,
give in.
It's like that joint is like that's beautiful, man. That's
she saved it for you.
It's like, and you saved it for her, but y'all don't even know that y'all saved it for each other. It's this it's this destiny. It's ordained to be that way.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like that's beautiful, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, there's nothing wrong with if you did have sex and you made bad choices, but then you practice abstinence. That's cool too. You know what I'm saying? Because
definitely absolutely much props. Definitely, because that's a fight within itself.
Because I practice abstinence.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And points in my life.
Definitely.
And it builds so much character.
Right.
And so much self-control is the best. You know what I'm saying? It's the best.
Absolutely.
And I applaud people that can sustain themselves from engaging in that, because I know how hard it is.
Right, and just because you had sex and you lost your virginity or whatever, but right. Then if you can grasp a hold of yourself and be like, yeah, I was 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old when I was stupid, but now I'm older and I understand how much I gave, and I'm a chill until I meet the right one. That's much props, man. Definitely. When you actually come to the knowledge and the information and you fight that fight, that's great. That's definitely great. Cher said, "Oh gosh, the topic be hot. I'm totally against abortions and people using it for birth control." Yes, honey, go ahead, babe. Definitely.
Exactly.
I'm late in this, but I believe if it's to save a mother's life, okay, I get that. Otherwise, nope. Definitely fact share for sure. Now, let's switch the topic. What do you think if a woman gets raped? Can she have an abortion?
I would I would I would I would say I would have to go with yes because she did not plan on having she was forced into having sex and it wasn't planned. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's right for her to hold a child um that she didn't even want and didn't even plan. Like this man a man physically forced her into having sex. I don't think that she should be like obligated to have it if she doesn't want it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
it's like he's forcing you. He's putting a gun in your head or he's beating you up. Like you know what I'm saying? That's and she's always gonna have to live with that for the rest of her life, with or without the child. She's gonna have to experience that emotional attack that she had put upon herself. It's like no, I think that she should have the option
Right.
under those circumstances. But to the ones that don't have to deal with those circumstances, no, they shouldn't be able to. No,
Right.
no, you shouldn't be able to. No, because like I said, you know the risk.
Right.
It's something that you're doing on a daily basis. You meet a guy and he's coming over, you know, and y'all having sex on a regular. That's not a mistake. Y'all choosing to have sex every day.
Exactly. Like I said, you didn't
But-
just bump into that joint.
But somebody that get raped,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Somebody that gets
It's
raped.
not a choice. They don't have no choice.
It's like they getting beat up and a freaking attack. They get, you know what I mean? They get raped. Like that's not cool. You know what
Being
I'm saying?
raped is one thing, and then having to deal with the whole entire pregnancy of it, that's
it's
a
just
horrible situation, man.
You carrying the rapist child inside your belly.
Dre agrees with you. What Christopher said, good point. What else? What y'all think about that? Being raped and having an abortion if you're raped. I think that when they do make the laws and stuff like that, because it's probably going to start to get all the states involved with the abortion laws. I do think that there should be some type of clause in it, you know, for females that have been proven that they were literally actually raped and attacked and, you know, stuff like that, should be able to, by law, have an abortion. I know that was a big thing on social media. I want to hear what else you guys think about that. Cher said, I've been there. I miscarried. But I believe that should be okay. But I was going to keep him and give him up. Okay, Cher.
Right.
We were talking to Aaliyah before we came on stream about that. You know, how certain females, even just going through the 9 months of pregnancy, it's a horrible situation. You know, even if you're gonna save that life and maybe give it up for adoption at the end of your pregnancy,
it's a lot of
horrible
trauma.
situation, man.
It's a lot of trauma to you, man.
Definitely. Sorry to hear that, Cher.
But I think that the female should, if they don't want to have the babies, then they should carry for 9 months and then just get the baby up for adoption.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I'm saying? Like let somebody else.
I think if they can handle it, like
let somebody else. No. I mean the people that's having sex randomly. I'm not talking about the ones that get raped.
Oh yeah.
Like if you don't want the baby, then give it up for adoption when you have the baby.
Right.
And then move on. But I don't think that you should kill a baby.
Right, because there's a lot of people out here that want to have kids, but I think even, you know, if somebody was raped, they might say, you know, I can handle having, you know, birthing this child for 9 months, and, you know, definitely big props to them. If they can be raped and handle the pregnancy, they should definitely do it if they're
read this
okay.
And then I'll read Dre.
I got you. So then Christopher said good point, and Cher said, which leads to me to the easy girls too. When they grow up being molested, they sometimes think that's normal and need to do things like that for love. Definitely, Cher. Sadly. And I think that we see a lot of that today. Like we were talking about before, the damaged girls, you know, and it's a really sad situation that people have been abused and things like that from a young age, and they relate sex to love. That's it's so sad.
Sex don't got nothing to do with love.
That's why us as parents, we have to do a better job. We have to watch over our kids and protect them.
She said I grew up in a foster care. I've been through some things.
I see, Cher.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely got to be a strong woman, you know, to go through different things like that. Definitely. I'm sure that you probably learned a lot and can teach a lot. And probably protect your kids on a whole new level.
the enemy though, the enemy has been using the Most High creation to you know, for evil tools. It's like you got some people that say, oh, the white man used the Bible as a slave tool, but just because people use something as evil don't mean that what they're using is evil. It's the people intentions is evil.
Right.
Sex can be a beautiful thing between a man and a woman that's in a committed relationship, a committed marriage. It's a beautiful thing, but then sex can be used ugly too as well.
Right.
And what you see in society today is ugly.
Right.
You know, it's just an ugly situation, and you giving people your energy. When you have intercourse with somebody, you giving them your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like you giving them bodily fluids. You giving them all type of things.
And even if you don't get pregnant, you still exchange DNA and stuff like that.
And it's like that's something that should not be. But people take that lightly. You know what I'm saying? And it's real dangerous. It's real dangerous.
And it's not just the men putting DNA into females.
It's females.
It's females giving off their DNA too, and then it just mixes inside your body. And you know, you had sex with a straight demon 2 years ago.
Exactly.
And now you wondering why, like, you're so hostile and maybe got a little bit of anger inside of you, things like that. You know,
like you don't know.
You got a little bit of her bodily fluid inside you.
Yeah, man. It's something that people have to really start examining.
We have to value ourselves.
Yeah, like we not.
You know, we have to love ourselves.
I mean, and it's like we so damaged as people in this world. You know, by following our five senses. You know, it's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Satan tackles.
It all comes down to your five senses.
Five senses, man.
Your five senses.
What you see, what you taste, what you touch, what you feel, and what you hear.
Exactly. If you didn't have none of that, you would have zero desires. Really. So you have to be very, very careful with your five senses. Be in tune with your five senses.
Like saying that this is not healthy for me to be listening to. This is not healthy for me to be watching. This is not healthy for me to be eating. You have to be sensitive to that. Including us. Me. Pops. I got to be healthy as well. Right. This applies to me. This applies to my wife.
Definitely.
Like we battle. You know what I'm saying? We battle like all the time with things. But I'm willing to learn how to battle. Learn how to get the victories. I'm not willing to lay down. Like I'm not willing to lay down and just give up and be like, yeah. Like I'm giving in to my carnal nature. If I did, I wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to speak how I'm speaking. You dig what I'm saying?
Pineal said if a woman gets raped, it's tricky because she will see them kill that baby with an abortion, but through birth she could also put it up for adoption. All of them in that matter. That's true, Pineal, definitely. I guess I would just have to say it depends on how strong the woman is. But Dre said, now that the law has passed, watch the rape numbers rise. When I read that, Dre, I think about how many females would claim that they were raped, which is going to cause, they'll even report it to the police, which is going to cause the rape numbers to look like they're going up, all for the sake of somebody getting an abortion.
Right.
To be able to get past the law. Right. So that way she could continue to make her own bad choices and not have to face consequences. That's the reason why the rape numbers are going to rise, definitely.
The same way men are promiscuous, women are the same way.
Yeah.
Ain't no different. You got women that say all men is dogs. And say, you know, men can have sex, but women can have sex in the same way. It's a two-way street. it's a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? Is men whores the same way as women whores. And, you know, I don't even try to put a number on who do more. They all out there.
Exactly.
They all out there. It doesn't matter.
It all comes down to who's gonna follow their carnal nature.
At that particular point.
It doesn't. Carnal nature does not have a gender on it.
Or no discrimination.
Exactly. A color, nothing. Even somebody that sits there and tries to paint it as all white people are so good and harmless. No, they're not. They're just as wicked as anybody else. It don't have no color to it. Nothing.
What are they saying?
So Whisper said they just need time to think it through, which should have already been part of the process, and sometimes people don't realize the full weight of the laws they pass. That's true. Definitely true, Whisper.
Let me tell y'all something about Congress. Half of the time they don't even read the whole law. They just pass that junk.
Right.
How you passing the law you ain't even fully read?
Right, but
or fully understand what you passing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they do that a lot too. So I mean, it's like I said before, man. This society is what it is, man.
Yeah.
It's what it is. Yeah, finish reading more.
Christopher said they don't talk about stuff like this on shows like The Talk. They would rather chat about Selena Gomez complaining about social media. That's the truth, Christopher.
Dre.
Like I see it like, you know, sometimes people, like you say, you know, how bad social media is, and then people will be like, well, you're on social media. But to me, the internet, everything can be used for good and it can be used for bad. Majority of my day, I'm on the internet. But I don't have social media. And I can't tell you the latest things that are going on for the most part. I work all day long on the internet. So the internet is used for what we choose to use it for. If you are a social media influencer and you're using social media for your business or, you know, to fit your narrative, but it's positive and it's for a purpose, social media is not a bad thing. It's the way that we use it that makes it bad.
That's majority bad,
though. It is bad, but if you have self-control, it goes back to that.
Yeah,
you know, like...
listen, self-control is something that's taught. It's something that has to be taught from a young age.
Right, but we also have to understand that they're using social media to program and to give people this lust after a lifestyle that's not even reality.
But as a good parent, you teach your children self-control and you teach them the ins and outs about life. Just don't tell them to stay away from something. Right. Explain to them why you shouldn't be doing this. Get into depths.
Right.
Define what you're saying to them. Let them know the ins and outs about life. Because if you don't tell them the ins and outs about life, then they're going to wind up falling victim. So if you do this, this is going to happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It may not happen at first, but eventually, if you keep going at it, it's going to happen to you.
Right. And
you feel what I'm saying?
We're raw. Like, I'm not holding nothing back from you. I'm telling you exactly what it is, what it is, what it is. I'm not sugarcoating nothing.
So it's the same thing with telling somebody that's running the streets. You either going to go to the penitentiary or you're going to go to the graveyard. Now, am I lying about that? No, that's just the facts.
Or people say, oh, that's harsh. It's not harsh.
That's the
it's
facts.
reality.
That's the facts. Only two ways you're going. To the pen or to the graveyard. That's it on that.
Right.
One way or another. That's just that is reality to the man, come on, man.
Exactly. It's reality. That's the truth. Cher says, okay, I'm going to take it deeper. What if a woman is raped and pregnant by her own uncle? Would you still think she should follow through the pregnancy and not terminate it?
No, she
or by a brother or somebody in the family if she gets pregnant.
She should terminate that.
Honestly, I think that's more of a reason to get an abortion, exactly. But that's just my own thought.
I mean,
honestly,
like I said, under those circumstances, yeah, you should get an abortion because it's wrong. That's incest. That's disgusting.
Right.
You feel me? That is the worst. But under you just having random sex with this casual sex with somebody, nah. You shouldn't. No.
Right.
You shouldn't. No. But something like that, yeah, I think that you should because that's your uncle. Like, oh, that's your uncle. That's your brother. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Nah, that's disgusting. So you should get one.
Right.
No doubt on that. Because it's not like it's like that's the will of the creator. It's like that's somebody that this was lustful and was disgusting looking at you as his niece in that type of way. That's your niece, brother. What you doing?
Right.
You nasty bastard.
Right.
You know, so
Right, and how does the kid grow up?
yeah, like having a
Like,
you know,
my uncle is also my dad. That's
Yeah.
a horrible situation
Dre said that
to me.
Dre
How I feel.
Dre said that they should make a law for the rape.
That
You know
the
what I'm
rapers get castrated.
Yeah,
That's the truth.
you know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man.
Right.
Like, let me tell you something. They are so lenient with rapists and child molesters in this society. It's horrible, man.
But honestly,
They send a nigga up like they'll put a nigga in jail for selling cocaine, give him 50, 60 years, but give a rapist 6 years, 7 years.
right,
A child molester 3 years, 4 years. Man,
right,
and I'm just selling a little bit of powder. Man, that's crazy. You know, so they pick and choose in society what they how severe they want to punish you. And then on top of that, they have you praying on the Bible that they don't really abide by anyway. They pick and choose. They figure send you to jail for life for killing somebody. But then if you commit adultery, that's in the same book that you putting your hand on and you swearing to. They don't punish you for that. Ain't no punishment for a nigga having sex with somebody's wife. Right. So I mean, I would never put my hand on no Bible and swear it because I tell the courts, y'all don't live by this whole book. Y'all pick and choose what y'all want to rock with. The book tell you don't mess with idols and statues. But all through this country, ain't nothing but statues and idols all over the goddamn place. So again, they pick and choose how they want to punish you. You know? And it's all about status, class, color, all that. So we live in an injustice system, period.
right.
Injustice. So you want justice in an injustice system. That's not going to give it to you. It makes no sense.
Whisper said, I studied it in history where they add certain things into bills, so you have to pass it because that's the only way to get what they want. A lot of hidden clauses are in bills passed.
Oh, you know
and
that.
a lot of people are asleep, Whisper, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
People are so entertained these days, they don't have no idea what is going on, what is coming up. They don't care.
I like to talk to the women that's fighting for this abortion, and I would love to ask them, well, what about self-control, ladies? Like can we start teaching our young women and women self-control, not to just be out here sleeping with everybody? Can we work on that? Can we establish some type of school training on that? I mean, at home. I bet you 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be like, well, what they got to? That has a lot to do with a lot of things. You know, that has a lot to do with a lot of things. But nobody wants to touch that. Nobody wants to change themselves. But then they want this government and this system to change. It's not gonna work that way. You have to change individually. That's how the world changes. Each of us the people that's in this chat, us talking, if we change ourselves, the world will change. Mm-hmm. But we are not willing to do that. We are willing to complain, but then don't want to take the necessary steps to change.
Exactly.
We don't want to work. We just want to complain.
Well,
what sense do that make? It makes none.
We actually started talking about this conversation when we were eating dinner, and Aaliyah had brought it to our attention about the outrage on Twitter regarding this. How many people they're in an uproar over this. And after you look into it, I'm sure that there's going to be some type of clause or something where under certain circumstances, an abortion would be allowed. But most likely what they're trying to prevent is an abortion being used as birth control. So a lot of the females that have never been raped are in an uproar and fighting, very outraged, because they can no longer sleep around, get pregnant, and use birth control or use an abortion as birth control. That's what the true uproar is.
Right.
While they're all going wild on social media. Because I'm sure that under certain circumstances, they're not going to force somebody to have a baby. I mean, as much as we're against abortions, we see fit that certain circumstances, it should be allowed.
Plus two,
you know,
but we also know that they want to decrease the population anyway as it is. So they want that's why you have the Plan B and all them,
right?
Like all these different things that you could just take and then it kills the baby.
Right,
but
that's the thing on their end. But then on the female, the feminist end, their thing is.
But this is what these females are not thinking about. They're not thinking about this number one thing. They're not thinking about damaging their bodies from these abortions or damaging their bodies from taking these pharmaceutical Plan B pills. Right. You're damaging your body. You don't know what the freak you're taking.
Right. What you put when they settle down and they want to be able to have kids, they can't have kids.
Exactly, man. See, so it all, again, 360 degrees, right back to what we just said. Self-control.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? That is the answer to this discussion.
Right.
At the head. Self-control is at top of the list.
All right, so I'm gonna get ready to slowly end it. I'm not gonna end it off real quick, but right there with that.
That is the ultimate situation.
Right. I'm gonna read Cher real quick, and then I'm gonna read something that Whisper posted earlier, but I didn't get a chance to read it, but I kept it. Cher said, "Can't Tatianas find the morning after pills easier these days?" Aaliyah asked the same question, Cher. I'm sure.
You said that, Leah?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Aaliyah said that earlier when we were eating.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Oh man.
So, if anybody has anything to say, you guys can type it out now. We're gonna get ready to slowly close out. But I want to make sure I saved this thing that Whisper said. He said, self-control, definitely something you build up over time. It's amazing how your views will change when you take the time to say no to desires. That's straight facts, Whisper, because, you know, little things like back in the day that we just thought was natural, like, you know, people say, well, what's wrong? What's wrong if I, see a good-looking female walking down the street and I lust after her, as long as I don't touch her? What do they say? Look, but don't touch. Right. You say, what's wrong with that? But then when you start getting self-control, you realize that it's not even cool to be looking at her.
Press it. I'm just making sure you get it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So then we realize as you get further away from different actions and stuff that were so normal to you, that is really not normal. For us to be thinking half the stuff and accepting half of the stuff, that we justify stuff. We make it okay. Self-control is the big thing people don't have. I'm fighting with that every day. And Christopher, we all fight that. We all have to fight that. And it's a fight that's never going to go away. Mm-hmm. You conquer one thing and the next thing it's going to be waiting for you. It's life. But if you really think about it, if we gave in to every lust and desire that ever crossed our brainwaves, any feeling that ever came inside of our body,
we'd be done out here.
And we just did it, can you imagine the stuff that we would be participating in as human beings?
Exactly. It'd be
I know I would have a couple of bodies. Okay, I'm getting upset and I'm gonna kill people just because that's what my flesh wants to do. We can't do that. We have to fight.
Right. That's why shit, so that's why there are a lot of addiction in this world. Now self control is hard for all. Exactly. Inferno says
Yeah.
child molesters should not see the light of day anymore. Should
Throw away the keys.
We
Torture
said,
child molesters, right?
I mean, yeah.
Right. Yeah. But it's like the same passion.
I don't understand that. Like I don't understand a grown man that's looking at a young girl and that's just crazy. I don't understand that. That's just like what the freak. Like you really got demonic. Like I don't all that mental defect or brain on now. That nigga got demons in there. That nigga's an evil nigga. He is working on what they so his lower frequency, lower chakras. That nigga is just like he's horrible. He's just a freaking. It's like for you to have that thought in your head and then act on those thoughts. You should be like, what the freak is wrong with me? For me to even be thinking this. Oh, help me, Lord! Somebody, I need help.
Right, but you want to know something that's really deep, though? I completely agree with you.
Oh, yeah, not just men. I know women. Yeah, women be.
Women too. Definitely.
Oh yeah,
Marshall,
schools. They be in the schools and all that. Yeah.
Do you guys wanna? I always have to bring it back to that because we're believers. I know that there's a lot of believers that are in the chat. Some people that don't believe, and that's fine. You know, we're a mix of everybody. But if you guys want to know something that's really that I find deep is the same way. The same passion that we speak about child molesters and how much hate and we despise them. Right. The Most High feels like that if you're having sex out of marriage. That's how he's looking at us. Yeah, it's like we're having sex out of marriage.
Basically,
that's a scary thing. So we're no better.
So basically, what she's saying is no wicked deed above another wicked deed.
According to in the Most High's eyes.
Right. It's just like when the cats go to prison and like if a dude is in jail for murder, but then a child molester comes in and they treat him and like ostracize him, but at the same time, nigga, you took a life. You can't repay that. At least the child molester, he can repay that. He can change. He can apologize. He can make it right with his victim. But the person you killed, they can't come back. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, so in the eyes of the Father, none of it is cool.
The Creator does not. You can't put one sin upon another or one wicked deed upon another. Yeah. It's all wickedness. You dig what I'm saying? So
that's why we got to be careful. We got to love ourselves.
Yeah, man. So
and do better.
It says they blame it on the mental. Yeah, ain't no mental disorder.
Exactly, Whisper. Nah. Yep, they blame it on mental disorders, but it's not a disorder. That's just what they label it so that people don't look at them as monsters at the end of the day. Exactly, Whispers. Monsters filled with demonic spirits. Definitely.
Dre and Whisper. Did y'all hear about that cat? I think he's in Congress or something like that. He's fighting to try to pass laws against like older men mess with young girls. He's actually trying to do that.
They're trying to normalize it.
He's sick, man.
Listen, they're trying to normalize it.
Like niggas like him, like seriously.
Like, and if you really think about it now, older men have no problem like speaking down to like a younger female. Like that, like out in the open.
I'm not feeling that. It's just, I'm not, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, these dudes should not even be in powerful positions after saying what they saying. If this was back in the days, he'd have been thrown out of office a long time ago.
But they're all a bunch of homo child molesters that just are just so sexualized and disgust. Definitely.
He said, I was about to say that. Yeah. I'm on that Inferno. Yeah, like that's crazy, man. These dudes out here, they sick dudes, man. They sick. Yeah. They trying to legalize anything that's wicked. They trying to legalize.
Yeah, definitely.
They trying to legalize. Yeah.
Cher said you guys got to check out the story going on. This dude impregnated twin sisters and has been offered a show now. Wow.
And he's a grown man, Cher?
And he got a twin sisters pregnant. That's why they're trying to put certain things on the forefront.
Oh, you ain't hear that, Dre? Yeah, crazy. Yo. Look that up. I forgot the dude's name. Whispers. What's that dude's name? Inferno. What's the guy's name? What's the guy's name? And give it to Dre in the chat. Like, look at yo. This dude is sick, man. He a sick dude, monsters,
Yeah.
freaking wicked bastards, man.
Yeah.
He want to legalize grown men messing with young girls. Like, man, well, I'm like, man, listen, run up on my daughter, he gonna be a dead nigga. Tell you that right now.
Right,
I have
but there's a lot of young
no toleration for
females
that.
that accept,
Yeah,
accept
I have no
certain
toleration.
things because they're not taught. As a matter of fact, Pineal, let me go. I read Pineal's.
I got no toleration for that. You crazy?
Pineal said, "Let them kids learn why it is wrong, not just say it's wrong."
Right, exactly.
But
Explain
teach
to them.
them.
Right, exactly.
I had to learn a lot of things the hard way in life because I wasn't taught they were wrong. Exactly, Pineal. That's me. Don't let them go through that. Definitely. And Pineal, a lot of times, like when you're speaking to people and you might be hard on them, you have to let them know it's because you love them. People think that if you're not being, like my mom, I didn't have a dad, but my mom, she didn't chastise me much. It was just like, well, whatever she's going to do is what she's going to do, but failed to teach me. And people sit there and say, oh, your mom, you don't never get in trouble or anything. She must love you. But that's not love. Chastising, teaching is love. Discipline is love. If you don't discipline your kids, if you don't teach your kids, even your spouse, things like that, you truly don't love them.
His name.
Okay, let me go back down there.
Yeah,
so we all have to keep that in mind, even if it's a loved one. If you don't chastise them, do you truly love them?
Exactly.
If you just let them do what they want to do in self-destruct, you don't really love them.
I read this.
And sometimes you have to hurt people, their feelings and things like that, because you care for them. The guy's name is Nathan Larson, the guy in Congress.
Yeah, this dude is wicked, man.
Yeah.
Yo, like when I saw that joint, it really made my blood boil, man. Pissed me off. It's like this dude shouldn't. They should have kicked his ass out once he even said what he said.
Yeah, that's
and like it should have been an outrage. They should have been protesting against that nigga. Kick him the hell up out of there. He shouldn't even be in power. But nobody says nothing. They just let it go, and just brush it under the rug, and it was like, yeah, okay. He said that. He's crazy.
Right. Exactly.
But watch what he do.
Right.
Watch what he do though. It's crazy, man. So, man, so the lesson I learned from this conversation was each and every one of us has to have self-control. If you don't know how to have self-control, email us. I try to give y'all some pointers on how to have self-control. Link up with each other in here. Some of the brothers and sisters in here that got knowledge of life and how they deal with things. Oh yeah. Oh, he's a white supremacist too. Oh,
wow.
Lord have mercy. Oh,
wow.
Lord. Yeah.
Whisper said the third thing that pops up underneath his name on Google is pedophile in Congress.
Wow. Yeah, he's a sick dude.
That's crazy.
He's a sick. It's the type of dudes. If he's the type of man, if it was up to him, he'd be molesting your damn children.
Yeah.
These are the guys that people be voting in to in government.
Right.
And it's a bunch of, he ain't the only one. It's a bunch of them niggas in government.
Yeah, they all like that.
He ain't the only one up in there.
They all like that.
Get out of here. It's a lot of them cats.
There's a lot of people that will give their own they kids
you know what I'm saying?
to other people.
Yeah, like once you give your children to that crazy ass industry, then it is what it is, friend. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's horrible, man.
Yeah. I'm so glad that we got to come here today because we definitely missed you guys on Monday.
So the key is self-control, man. That's the key. We have to learn how to have self-control. Listen. Pray to the Creator. Ask some older people that have life experiences. Whatever you have to do to learn to have self-control, There's always ways and tips on how to do that. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Don't give in to your lust. None of that. Yeah, dude is wild. In front of he's wild. You know what I'm saying? If it was up to me, if the creator gave me the green light, I'd be popping these dudes in their head, yo. Straight up. Popping these dudes. Do your thing on these cats. I'll be running up on them, blowing their damn brains out for even attempt to even say the thing that they saying, man.
Right.
Crazy.
Right.
That's this madness, man. You talking about my daughters, my grandchildren, and my grandchildren's children. You talking about future generations of this a lot. What?
Wow.
What?
Dang.
I don't know how he got in that. Well, he a white supremacist. You know how he got in that, John. You did. Yeah, he got in there. You know how he got in there.
That's crazy.
Everybody know voting is nonsense. Anyway, it's about electoral. What is it called?
Electoral college.
Yeah, electoral college. That's how they be getting in there.
Yeah.
Nah, that is.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We about to be out, man. Like, I love y'all brothers and sisters, man, for supporting us, man, holding us down, man. I love these conversations, man. We bring light to a lot of things that's going on in society. And if like y'all help me out, and we help y'all out, man. This is about, man. Y'all bring a lot of good information, up in here.
Definitely.
And,
Definitely.
We appreciate y'all, man, for real. Man.
It felt weird. It kind of in the habit of going live on Mondays and Fridays. Like, it kind of felt weird not going live on Monday. We we love you guys so much, and we missed you guys.
Yeah, like, we do this without lights, camera, and action, man.
Exactly.
And, like, we don't even, like, the crazy thing about it is we don't even, like, promote this channel, man. We just keep it regular, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Regular,
Like, we
man.
made one video about it. Every once in a while, if it fits in, we'll promote it. Like, really, like, over Aaliyah's Twitch and stuff like that. But, like, on the big channel and stuff like that, we just want it to be a little space on the internet.
This is about if we can help y'all day out, man, and y'all can help our day out. That's what this is about, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one, man.
The most important part to us in this channel is definitely keeping it a community that's filled with like-minded people. That's the main foundation. And even when new people start to come into this stream, like, we're gradually starting to add, one or two more people each time we go live and stuff like that. But that's something that I want us to always remember, is that we want a community filled with like-minded people. And if somebody's in here and they're just not everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but if you're totally off the wall and you're just completely not vibing with no topic that we ever talk about, then I'm going to get them up out of here.
I'm not going to say
there's no place for them.
I'm not going to say not vibing. I would say if they over here promoting or accepting wickedness, you got to get the hell out of here.
And it's like every single thing that they say just doesn't, this ain't the place for you. There's a place for you. If that's what you into, you know what I'm saying? Then you go over there, but just nicely X out of this page and leave. And if you can't do that, we're going to do that for you. So that's definitely the foundation of this page is we're a community. We're a family and we love each other. It's definitely a family affair here. Definitely. And while I think about it, I definitely want to thank Pineal for sponsoring our last live stream, came through with the donation.
Shout out to
Felt extremely bad that I couldn't thank you, and we are so thankful for you sponsoring that last stream, Pineal. It means a lot to us. Lots of love to you.
Shout out to Pineal.
Definitely.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Whispers, my brother Dre, Manifest, Marshall, the gamer. Share.
Marshall the gamer.
Share in the building. Who else in there? Let me see who else. Christopher, the battle rapper. Inferno.
Whisper, we definitely appreciate you coming through. I don't think that we've ever seen you in here before. We definitely appreciate you. Inferno, we love it when you come. Vera.
Hey, can I get a shout out?
Aaliyah's Precious Life. I don't know who that is. Who is she? Who's Aaliyah?
Tim's and Henny.
Yeah.
Can't forget about Tim's and Henny. He be in here supporting. The other brother too, the Hebrew brother, but he wasn't in there tonight.
Indignus, he wasn't here. A lot of people, believe it or not, guys, there's a lot of people, like, I don't know if you guys ever been in Aaliyah's Twitch stream, and somebody will just start talking to you guys, like the regular people, everybody that's basically here now chatting. These people watch our video afterwards. We have people like literally worldwide that will watch the video afterwards. So when they come and they see you in Aaliyah's Twitch stream and they speaking to you like they know you, it's because they part of our family. They watch the video when we stop going live. So they'll be like, hey, Pioneer, what's up? I seen you, whatever. And you like, who is this? But he's part of our family, They watch the video, read the comments. They know, We're a family.
Yeah, Shay said you rock. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Like we appreciate it, man. We're gonna keep this thing going till the wheels fall off, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? We here, man, like we here to stay, man. Like I said before, we do this without lights, camera, and action, man.
And honestly, it's only gonna get better from here. Like we're trying to make it so that way our Patreon is just an ongoing conversation that just don't stop. Like we've been posting our videos up there and stuff like that, but I definitely want to be able to talk to you guys during the week.
One thing my wife has to do, or I might want to do it myself, is we got to get the phone situation situated, and I'm gonna stop asking her about it. I'm just gonna do it. I don't have to get it like a whole number situation, Skype. I'm gonna have to do something. Cause I ain't messing with you.
Are you trying to fire me from my job?
I'm not trying to fire. I'm just saying, but to talk to the brothers and sisters up in there, it'd be a good thing.
Definitely. I completely agree. I definitely agree. And anybody who's wondering, the last time I said that it was my fault, that anybody who supports us, their name was not on the wall of fame. It was my fault. I'm proud to say that I actually updated the wall of fame, and many of you guys will now find your name on the wall of fame right here. I'm very pleased to announce that, okay? So one day we're going to have phone lines, and I'll be pleased to announce that as well.
Y'all can call in and we can really chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Hear y'all voice. And really get y'all opinions, man. Yes, please.
Definitely.
Get the phone out.
I'm gonna.
Let's don't be shy to call in and drop your, you know what I'm saying? Drop your knowledge on us. That's all.
Yeah. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, man.
So we got a lot of good things, and if you guys think of anything, definitely bring it, because we're a family. We're all here to listen to each other, to have fun with each other, to encourage each other. And sometimes what it is. It might be the raw truth, but that's just what it is. But it's all out of love, always. We appreciate everybody.
Right, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hope y'all have a peaceful night, safe night. We be back on Monday, man. Support my daughter on Twitch. Cause she be on that joint. We might go on there live tonight.
No, we're not. We practicing tonight.
We
about to be a 2K family empire up in this joint. I'm the coach.
Yeah, I'm getting it off, y'all. Goodbye.
I am the coach.
Appreciate y'all. Peace.